Train to kick things off, Nuke second as well. I feel like FURIA are on for a 2-0. I feel like the way they're playing today, I'm scared of what they're bringing to the table. Anders, how do you feel about them?
Yeah, they're such an exciting team, aren't they? Like, we've just had so much fun, I feel like, casting this team lately. And honestly, I think Sliggy's lost his mind ever so slightly, picking the NRG to win this one. But I'd love to be surprised. It would be exciting. I mean, I feel like we haven't seen like the full effect of Tarek on this team yet. So like, I'm kind of waiting for that, you know?
It's interesting how the team has changed somewhat. But either way, we are heading towards the inside bomb site for now. There's going to be 3 players there with the bomb. They have got Breezy waiting towards Team main, and Art, he's getting some decent map control here. He's always excellent in the pistols. I was expecting that to be a 1-bullet headshot, but not going to be finding the kill just yet. Inside execution looking very likely. The smoke is thrown towards Connector. Flashbang to follow things up, and able to take the contact first. He spots 2 crossing over there, and they might be taking the bomb towards outside, Anders. This is a little bit of a ruse here. They're going to go towards Connector and try and split towards outside.
This is something we see very rarely, but they do make their entry. And think about Art right now. He's so worried. He's going to go down. Cirque with a great opening double. And yeah, that's something we really don't see a lot. It's like right off the bat, we get a little bit of spice into the game. That's enjoyable.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I've seen a few teams run that strategy in the last year, but never as effectively as that. Serato and Able J have got their work cut out for them as they'll take a bullet to the face. That should confirm the round victory for NRG here. It was looking a little bit worrying for them as they lost that first pick, but after that, NRG pushing towards the connector, finding the close range kills, decent trades coming through, a nice tactic deployed, and it's going to yield them a round victory here. Able J will just have to save his armor. He has got 100 armor, just to note as well, so that will mean he can get a helmet essentially for a discount price at $350.
That's a real bargain, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're Able J and you're playing by the spindles early on, as you pointed out, he sort of saw 2 people jumping past. It's kind of hard to make the right call, you know? Like, what do you make of that? You say, oh, there are 2 people on sidewalk. I think it's going to be an A split. You're going to be expecting that there'll be some people on the high ground behind you, so you have to worry about that. Like, it's very confusing to try and make any kind of a call behind this. So, yeah, great shot. This, I mean, that pretty much did it, didn't it?
The thing is, well, like if you're the inside player, you're just calling straight away, right? 2 are inside. Like yeah. I'm flashed off. It's all going wrong. So it's a really strong tactic. If it works out, it looks really cool. And NRG stuck the landing, that's for sure. There is going to be a force buy in response. The Brazilians will bring out a couple of scouts here, 3 deagles as well. And they're pretty spicy with these deagles, so watch out for that. Able J to be challenged once again as the initial smoke comes down towards inside. That's a bit of a fake as well. They're trying to keep presence towards that inside site on the CT side of things. You can see it's going to be Arts and Able J to hold in that area, and still they'll keep 3 players towards outside. So NRG might have their work cut out for them here, but I still give them a massive upper hand.
They really should have. Although Art with the scout has been kind of impressive as well, so we've seen some great headshots out of him over in Dallas, so maybe we could continue that trend a little bit here in the second round. They're setting up for it. They're bringing the bomb down here as well. Good opening for Cirque, so he was sort of called in. Art, they had the right idea, but just the firepower on the other side a little bit too much. Vinny, though, with a really good follow-up to take down Cirque, and this fight is dragging on a little bit longer than I think NRG would like. Probably would try and just run them down. They are bringing it back now, but they've lost all their health already.
Yeah, this is going to be touch and go, but NRG should be fine. This kill decides it. Yuri, only 2 bullets in the magazine. That's going to cost him his life. Able J would have to do something remarkable at this point to pull it off, and NRG will keep 3 players alive. It got a little bit dicey there towards the Ivy position, but now should be the full eco from FURIA, so I don't think this will be a problem. We're going to see FURIA probably not invest a single dollar here. They've got USPs across the board for now. NRG with the slight inside presence there, and then the outside split. Pretty standard stuff, very effective as you can see, and it's fine. They lose a couple of players, they know they're up against a full eco. As FURIA will purchase 3 HEs, they'll be thrown towards the main entrance.
Yeah, I like that. It works so rarely, but I'm still sort of excited every time I see it.
There it is, Tarek's down.
He took the last 2 right in the face, didn't he? Like, that was it. All of the shrapnel.
Yeah, it's not going to work out too well for them. They're killing each other now. It's Vinny firing off through the smoke, and will do the job for Tarek there, and clean kills from Ethan. Now the problem is, Anders, with the force buy in the second, and the fact there's 2 MAC-10s being brought into this first gun round, you do not want to upgrade those MAC-10s. You want to keep the money as strong as possible on the T side, right? And there's a chance players won't have helmets for FURIA here. You can see Art, no helmet. Vinny, same story. If they find a bit of luck and those MAC-10s will come into contact with those players, first is an instant kill at close range. So this is huge. I'm wondering if they kept both MAC-10s. They did. So they are going to keep the money nice and strong here.
Sometimes I think it can even be like a mental boost, because if you send some of those Mac 10 players in first and they die, you don't really care that much. It's not the same impact.
Even if you lose this round, you're fine with it. You've got so much cash, you're just looking you just want to get the bomb planted, maybe 2 or 3 kills, and that's a success in my book. Here come those Mac 10s, there's a trade, and it's actually the advantage for NRG. This is looking very good so far. Yeah,
that's a great opening. Well worth it. Trade it over at Ivy, and 4 versus 3. Plenty of help on the FURIA side, but they are down a whole man. And Art, that smoke goes away, so his confidence in staying up on that train is going to be limited. The bomb will be planted on the other side. Nobody there to stop it. Tarek really holding this, waiting for somebody to make the jump up. They need some control back right now, FURIA. Vinny going to give it to them a little bit, taking down Ethan, and now Tarek, I think he's actually switching places inside of the smoke, but not enough. Art will still take him down. Good follow-up from Breeze, and now it's a one-on-one. And Vinny, he doesn't have a smoke or anything. He's going to have to try and play a little bit of game with Daps, and he doesn't actually know where he is. Daps hasn't got any kills. Now, guessing a little bit, shooting at that door. He's going to be flashed away, and so much time being purchased here. But he gets the kill, and with the kit as well, he should have enough time for it. That's a huge win.
Yeah, it really is. But still, NRG, sure, they lose the round, but they got 4 kills there. They got the bomb planted. They've got everything working in their favor for round number 5 here. FURIA, sure, they win the round, but that's only $3,500 per player for winning by defuse, right? So you're going to see UMPs come out. The AWP will have to drop something. I think 1 M4 has been brought into the mix. It's still such a difficult round for them. This is going to be really, really telling if FURIA can get into this first half, because if you lose this one, you're 4-1 down, you've got another full eco ahead of you, and so NRG, they're absolutely fine. Like, Daps could have played that a little bit better, I think, in the post plan, but still, it doesn't really matter. They lost it too much. It might actually lead them to a more beneficial position overall. We'll see. As for now, Arts with the real firepower of the AWP. You can see those SMGs deploying, and NRG are loving this. They go towards inside here. Breezy will bring the frag back in their favor. Inside is actually open here as the plant comes through, and there's no kits available, Anders. Oh, there is. It's different UI than last week, so there are kits.
They did pick up a couple, but we'll see. I mean, it looks like they're not going to even be really needing them. There's a 4 versus 2 already. I can't believe the timing for Able J as well. He put down that smoke, and they were right on top of it. I mean, if he'd put it down like even a third of a second earlier, I think he would have been fine. And they're going to be cleaning up that retake, no problem. Vinny with the triple, surviving on 3 health as well. Doing a good job. He's even got a Zeus in the back pocket if need be. Need to tase somebody, drag them into the basement. No, it's gone.
It's gone. It's out of there. Big round from FURIA. I'm surprised they keep 4 players alive there, all things considered, for the reasons we broke down before. But NRG, another plant. But it's Nuke next, and FURIA are the masters of Nuke right now, it seems. They took down Astralis.
Yes.
For, I guess, like it's getting to the point now where we don't really talk about that big streak anymore, but still, that's the second time they've lost it now, and FURIA seem very comfortable about a comeback as well. 16-14 game to kick off the tournament.
That was a crazy beginning, wasn't it?
It really was.
I mean, get your hope up for what kind of competition we're going to have here in London, which so far has been looking just amazing. Oh, that's a great kill for Cirque.
Yeah, that's really fast. FURIA wasn't ready for it. Grenade comes through, Mac 10 at the top there, but that's going to be found by Vinny. You'll see a lot of those Kriegs used. Vinny can't believe his luck he's got on the CT side.
I read that fight down at Pop Dog. We see it all the time. It feels like such a gamble almost for both sides. Like, it's great if you win it, but if you don't, then like you could also just get, you know, sort of shot through the floor and shot in the face. I'm not 100% sure if I'm liking it.
I love this from Vinny, to be honest. The fact that he is ready for their set piece towards Pop Dog, he's just sat there beneath, he knows, and as soon as I see a Molotov, I'll throw one at the top as well. They won't be able to do much damage to me. He dodges the HEs. He manages to stay in control of Pop Dog. That's a really big play for him, just from 1 incendiary. So that's brave. Works out for him. And now the battle really begins. Art versus Cirque. Both waiting patiently towards Ivy right now. 2 players behind Cirque. Smoke comes in. He'll probably peek off the fact that smoke's been thrown. He actually doesn't, so he'll have to wait here and fall back. 40 seconds remaining. And they are locked out of Ivy for now. They still have a couple of smokes in that position. Tarek holding towards A main. But time is starting to tick away now. We'll see if they can bring this one back. Still at 4-4, but a lot of work to do on the NRG side.
Such a bold position to wait for the smoke at 40 seconds. I mean, that really does not leave you a lot of time. Now, they have one for that left-hand side, and they're going to be pushing out. There's 3 people coming out of Ivy very, very quickly here. They do get traded on the first kill there, and Vinny... Oh, what a turnaround from Electric. He had his back fully turned, didn't he?
He did. He was so ready for it, and it's the close range creep plays that this team is so good at, right? A lot of players will use the creep but not be able to use it in this effective sort of manner, and this is a complete 180 there. Takes him down. It's going to be 3-3. FURIA really on their feet at this point. I feel like if FURIA get this first map, the 2-0 is locked in. Their nuke is just too strong right now. It's so different to what everyone else is doing. It's very difficult to handle.
There's been so much talk. I mean, I think you tweeted about it in Dallas, saying it was like one of the most exciting nuke games you've seen
it's just
in a
because
while.
we're so cookie cutter right now of nuke. I feel like Astralis, them being so good at it, kind of detracted from the theory side of nuke. People just didn't want to play it so much, and I feel like Vertigo coming in was, sure, it's a controversial change, but it actually has seen benefits in terms of nukes being played a lot more. We're seeing some new exciting things brought to the table, so that's always good.
It's well worth watching. Like, definitely, if you've missed some of those games. Oh, wow.
He had like 90 HP there, I think.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. He even follows it up. Cirque assassinating 2 people outside. That's hard. You didn't see that coming, did you?
Well, the fact he's the AWPer as well, he's got himself, what, $1,800 there from the kill with the knife and the kill with the AUG as well. So that's awesome for the AWPer. He's going to have a lot more cash going forward. I don't think it will lead to a round victory. As you can see, Tarek got the Glock, 40 HP. He's got a Zeus as well. But I don't think we'll get a frag here unless Yuri offers himself up. A little bit clumsy. A bit of bloodlust coming through, and that might cost him another life here. We'll see. Tarek very handy in these sort of scenarios, but he's going to take another mistake from the CTs here. But he found some space. A couple of bullets in his general direction should take him down. There's the first. We'll see if he can find another kill here. It's still very unlikely he'll do more than that, but if he does find it, that'll be fantastic. There was the chance. Not going to happen. 4 rounds in a row for FURIA. This time with no plant. It was pretty much full eco for NRG, but they get a knife kill. And Cirque now with $7,500. That's all worked out for him. That's almost a perfect round in that sense.
I'm kind of surprised he even survived throughout all of that, Tarek. That was kind of interesting. I really think this NRG team could look so much different if Tarek finds his, whatever comfortable spot he could find in the team.
Sure.
Because he's an exciting player when he really gets up and running. So you'd want to have him find like a little place of comfort inside of the team. It doesn't feel to me like he's really found that yet, and I think that's understandable.
Yeah, it's a matter of time, I think. It's a whole thing. You're going from Fugly, who was definitely the support player of the team, just a safe pair of hands, was always reliable, to moving in more of a star player, right? And you've got to make that work and work out how the team's going to really adjust overall. But this round, looking much better for them. It's going to be Cirque, the star sniper, getting the opening kills. That same exchange towards the popped up position. Vinny's so brave, just waiting for them to challenge, drops the incendiary, and keeps control. That's very important for them. He doesn't want to give it up, especially in a 5 versus 4 against him. He knows he has to work hard for a kill here. Still battling. He really has put the fear of God towards him in that position. It might actually push them towards the inside area. You can see the bomb there right now. Minute on the clock, and he's confirmed they're not coming outside. If they don't have pop-up control, you can maybe safely assume it's going to be okay. And down he goes.
Well, it does illustrate a little bit. That's sort of what I mean. It is, to me, it's a little bit of a lottery, although I do admire his persistence.
It really went for it, didn't he?
It feels like to me, it's just so hard to know if you're going to be on the receiving or on the lucky end of that one. Smoke to upper is very uncomfortable for Able J. That means they could sort of be flashing and jumping right down at any second, so he has to respect that a little bit. And they're going to be down on the low ground, so backup not even being called for yet. I mean, they're 3 versus 5 here, and as soon as that bomb goes down, they know there's nothing. They're so far away, and they're also being flanked from Ivy, so they sort of catch that, although Yuri misses the shot, so that's kind of as bad as it probably could have gone here.
And their money isn't as strong as you might think. Yes, they've won 4 rounds in a row, but a lot of them have been contested and lost a few frags here and there.
Yeah.
Able just going for this one. I'd say you almost certainly want to save it. He's not even going to find another kill. Maybe Ethan, but there it is. Daps will take him out. I feel like once you lost those first 2 picks and the money's broken, you got 3 players up, right? One of them is reel it in. Let's go for some exits. Let's keep the weapons up. And I feel like that was a bit of a misplay. FURIA really were going for broke on that one. They're going to have to take an eco here. Speaking of going broke.
Maybe just all stack a bomb side. 3 versus 5, just all go A, all go B, whatever feels right. And then if they show up, maybe you win. But if they don't...
Yeah, the gamble stack, right? This is nice play from Breezy. He was the player that's flanking towards that Ivy position. 3 HEs again. Has NRG learned their lesson this time? They will be delivered once more, this time not nearly enough damage to find a frag to be Ethan to open things up. I'm sure you'll see a lot more of that as he takes down Keserato. Remember, another full eco here, so it should be NRG taking the lead 5-4, no problem.
Which, all things considered, in spite of FURIA stacking a couple of rounds, still, that's a great scoreline for NRG early on. And I think you're absolutely right. Like, this map is a must-win for NRG if they want to get to that third map. I really think that's true.
Yeah, I agree. It's a whole thing, Anders. Nuke is going to be a difficult one for NRG.
Oh, we might see we had the knife already. Oh, it's so close. I hate to say it, Henry, but I feel like they need to upgrade that taser a little bit.
Well, they nerfed it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like, it was a pretty cool thing, but then they took the movement speed away from it. They made it more expensive. They took the kill reward away from it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even kill 100% of the time, right?
No.
If you do it at max range, it'll only do 90 damage. I say only, but still, it's designed for the insta kill, right? It's supposed to be rewarded for your positioning. And if sometimes you hit it, it doesn't even find the frag. That can be a little bit disappointing. So yeah, I agree with you. I feel like it should always be a one-shot kill if it lands.
If they could upgrade it like just a little bit and then up the volume of the sound of people getting tased, that'd be good.
That would be fantastic.
Like triple that.
Yeah, I agree. Well, his boosted on the pallets right now. Looks like FURIA trying to play a little bit more heads up, maybe going to be challenging towards that main entrance, but don't really have the funds to do it. You can see they've got the FAMAS out, the Scout, so they're trying to hold on to all their grenades till the very last moment, so they feel like they have to commit to it. Yuri, he wasn't expecting the boost, and down he goes. It's Cirque with the free frag at the start of the round.
He was so quick on that as well, wasn't he?
Yep, very precise.
I mean, he's always been a resource for this team, I feel like, and a couple of rounds, and I think he's beat Art to a couple of duels with either Art having a Scout or an AWP, but either way, it's such an immense luxury when you're playing this T-side on Train if you can have your AWP find just one opening and, like, you know, every once in a while. Just makes such a difference, and the whole defense crumbles out here. That Scout not going to do anything, and it's Breeze. Is it Breeze or Breezy? Do we know?
I always
do we
go
have
with Breezy. That's what I go with. No one's ever corrected me, which is surprising. So,
well, we did that for years with Sipex, Sipnex, Sip.
You guys did that.
Yeah.
I did Zipex the entire time.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I guess you're the OG. You win, Henry.
I always win in the end, Anders. That's what you got to know.
Well, I'll count on that. Give me some stock advice or something. You know, help me out. Tell me what crypto to buy.
You're the prophet, man. You always seem to be one step ahead of the predictions. So I don't know. It's maybe we can join like a little alliance here, perhaps. As NRG are fending off another eco. FURIA for 4 rounds in a row. You can see how difficult the economy can be on the CT side sometimes. Yuri had a chance for a frag there. There's substantial damage, but that's about it. It's now K. Serato and Arts with the Zeus out once again. He's got it in hand, I believe. And
Was that not a kill?
Not going to get anyone. It's a shame.
He's right there, practically tasing their nipples, and just wasn't enough. He snuck in behind him. They're gonna look everywhere, are they, Henry? We could have a real situation here. If they get sloppy, this could be bad. No, they're going to come back and check. And now they definitely know. There was a chance. I was getting excited there. I wanted the Ninja defuse, but still getting the AWP. Although they are all going to hunt him, so presumably they're going to find him. They're pretty much all around him. Oh, that's a headshot as well. It is not looking bad at all, actually. K. Serato doing an enormous amount of damage. Again, just USP sneaking in behind them, picking up the AWP, and then getting a total of 3 kills right now. That's really a good job.
And a full eco, you couldn't really ask for much more, right? Like, sometimes you'll see these rounds go against teams sometimes, but the majority should be like, maybe you lose 1 or 2 kills, but the fact you got 3 there, you've got an AWP out as well, your money's quite tight, that really helps things out. And they'll take a tactical timeout. I think that's a good time to call it as well. You're starting to stabilize and maybe need to change the approach here, work out what the issues are. Seems like Cirque getting opening kills seems to be a little bit too prevalent right now, so how can they maybe reel it in and maybe fall back from the pod dog room? I feel like they've really committed to that angle. It seems like NRG have got an answer for it at this point.
They do, and they also seem to be having a lot of fights, I think, NRG successfully at even a T-main, which I think that tends to be a problem when the CT side starts picking up some grenades. Maybe that's one of the issues that FURIA have been struggling with, is they haven't sort of consistently had enough grenades to reliably bomb that entrance and make sure that nobody is there to be able to fight. But I feel like NRG actually have a lot of liberty right now to find big openings. So, like, normally we see people kind of get locked down on T-side Train because they can't, like, you know, they can't really go anywhere to find fights. But I feel like that hasn't been the problem, so...
Certainly not been a problem for NRG in the last 4 rounds. They've managed to answer back to FURIA's 4. No... Oh, there's 1 kid available on the CD side. Art's got it, though, so he's the AWPer. See if he can hold on to it for now. As we set up towards Pop Dog once again, Tarek this time bravely makes his way down. You can see the smoke to cover him. Vinny's outside, but they are going to boost and see if they can find anything on the other side. You don't really see a ton of kills these days come from that position, but always worth to check. If the smoke's down, you're not doing much anyway. And they'll fall back silently as well. So inside execution maybe on the cards here. Just a Molotov to push back any CTs while they get in position here just to take that information away. It'll be Vinny waiting on the other side as they Molotov towards the upper area of Brown Halls. Like I said, inside execution looking very likely to be Breezy. He's holding the same flank he did before, waiting for any main entrance pushes this time instead of focusing towards that Ivy position. So flashbangs to come through. They might double pump this, Anders. They've got enough utility to do it. They could throw like 2 flashes in, wait for their chance. Or it looks like they're actually going to go for this. A bit of a dry play. Able J in a perfect position, but the aim not quite as nice. It's going to be Tarek opening things up, and that might be round already. 5 versus 4, a very difficult retake for Furia here.
He's really not had a good time in this B-bomb side, has he, Able J? I think it's been a real struggle for him down here, so...
If you go down with absolutely nothing, you're pretty much thinking about the save already.
Yeah.
The fact they've got 5 players up, you haven't done any damage, they've presumably still got utility here. You've got Breezy on the flanks as well, so he's heard them all rotate towards Ivy there. That's a clean call. I would say it's worth NRG actually exploring the possibility of taking a few down with them. They've got lots of resources here. They could sacrifice 2-3 players and still be fine.
Yep.
So I feel like this is definitely worth it. At least aim for 2 kills here, as everyone from Furia is grouped together towards Ivy. There's at least going to be a couple of kills here. That's the most important one. The AWP is removed, and Ethan is hungry for blood. He gets another, and that's fine. Like I said, 2 kills there. Sure, it cost you a couple as well, but they're struggling for money a lot more than you are. Yeah,
Tarek has got, what, 14,000 at the beginning of this round, so they're going to be...
He's got too much money, if anything.
He's got too much money. Is that possible,
a problem we all suffer with sometimes, Anders. I know you especially.
Well known to me.
You just get so much money, and you're just not sure what to do. It is a problem.
Don't have enough mattresses,
There's not enough support groups out there for people with too much money, I feel like.
Maybe we could make one. As we were just talking about making an investment management firm, so maybe we could, maybe that could be it. You know, maybe we could, I mean, I would gladly, if people have that problem, I could store some of it for them. And then, like, that would be a thing, you know?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's definitely, there's some stuff to work on.
We'll speak to Faces, see if we can get it launched at the weekend, maybe in the arena, see who's interested.
Bring us your money.
Bring your money down. We'll see what we can do with it. It's not a problem. Wow, round 13. It's been quite a fast-paced first half, I would say. It's kind of flown by. Getting to the bookend of the first half now. It's NRG with 8 on their T side. Anything at this point, Anders, I would say is a bonus. They've done a great job of finding the victory on the T side. You don't see that too often these days. But Furia, remember, they bring out the Kriegs on their T side, and they don't really have an orthodox playstyle, I think, to say the very least. Art's looking to push the envelope towards inside as he does get a bit of intel here. But can he hold on to this very difficult position?
I was going to say it's a good job that they're making a bit of noise in Pop Dog, because maybe that could like distract a little bit. But yeah, that was from up on the high ground there, Ethan coming in with a kill. That's going to be frustrating. Although they did lose Tarek in the meantime, so maybe it kind of evens out. Still 3 people defending that A-bomb site with Ivy. It's kind of being looked at, but I wouldn't really say defended, because once they get out here, they're going to be hard to lock down. And now there's a bit of a crossfire. That might be a different Cirque, though, waiting in position in case Serrato. He's going to go down in spite of the headshot. Yuri turning around, but not in time. And Vinny at least will drop one in return. Great follow-up headshot, Cirque. A single bullet away from dying it. Oh, he's trying it, Vinny. He had the right idea. He's already got the triple. And that bullet could have done it. He's just going to pre-fire it, even blind. That's a quad kill. And now he's looking to try and ace this round out. That would be a great one here for Furia. They desperately need Ethan with the AK on the other side. The bomb is down here. Vinny's got pretty much all the cards. The only thing he doesn't know is where exactly Ethan is. They knew he was a Pop Dog earlier, but that's a while ago. He could have gone almost anywhere. So now a little bit of a game of cat and mouse going on.
Has to be the ace for Vinny. It would be some performance to pull this one off, but 10 seconds, that's given up the bomb plant here. Ethan might have a slight edge now, but Vinny knows exactly where he is. But Ethan, one of the craziest aimers in the North American region, might be able to show us what he's made of here. It wasn't the nicest shot, Anders, but he wins the round. That's all that matters. It's the ace denied for Vinny. He gets 4 kills in total. It's just agonizing for them at this point. They really can't get off the mark. And I think round's not going to be enough.
There was some nerve showing there for Vinny, because I think he had that. It looked to me like he could have definitely had that shot. Like even like a second earlier, I think if he had just scoped up, he probably would have been able to see the top of his head, no problem. So, you know, It feels wrong to criticize someone who's just got a quad kill for not also getting the 5th one, but I'm doing it anyway, Henry. I'm just...
Mate, you got too much money, you got too many opinions, you're just a fool, you're the perfect man.
A lot of criticism.
Well, this doesn't look like it's going to get any better. Another partial buy here for the Brazilians as they've lost the first kill. I like that from NRG, though. Don't overextend, don't overcommit. Going through a choke point like that with the smoke down could be an issue for you against those CZs, and they're absolutely fine for now. 5 versus 4, Able J down to 40 as well, and we're coming up to the final few rounds here. And this is what you were talking about before. When you've pretty much lost the round, it feels like you might as well take some sort of stack, right? Some sort of gamble play and hope they make a mistake. Yeah,
I can't. It's hard to spot the downside. I mean, not doing it would be the equivalent to believing that you could defend the bomb site with 2 people with CCs against, you know, everybody else. It just feels unlikely. Daps coming back to check on how things are over here, but the rest of the team are rotating towards the A bomb side, and actually so are FURIA. So they've sort of got the right idea. If Vinny gets this kill, it's doable. He's going to turn around with the Deagle, and they are walking their way out silently, like no grenade showing it. Breeze is going to be going down. Cirque with a kill on Able J, and Vinny does it again. That's a great job. He's really doing his absolute best here to keep FURIA in the game.
You'd hope they win this one now, Anders. Surely that's enough. He missed the shot, they will pounce on him, and finally FURIA gets something going in their favor. They lost their first pick there as well, and the partial buy win comes through for them. It's the final round of the first half, round 15, of course, and they will actually have a decent array of weaponry here and the utility required. 10-5, it's recoverable. You need the pistol for sure in the second half, but remember, they have that crazy T-style playstyle. It's going to be interesting to see how they can make those Kriegs really work for them. But I'm interested. I feel like if they can get another round here, that would be great. Like 9-6 is perfect, 10-5 is doable.
Well, and here's the thing, too, that we should keep in mind is that FURIA are such a different team when they're on the T side, right? Like, they've got all that pacing and all that aggression, so that will be another big question and another point of interest if NRG are going to be mentally ready. They should be ready by now, but we've seen a bunch of teams where we say that, and yet they're not. So I'm going to reserve, you know, just a little bit of my opinion on that. Oh, that's a shot. Vinny, I think he's the reason right now they're even still in the game.
I think you're right. I agree. He is giving it absolutely everything here. His 17th kill, and it might be a very important one of that. 1 minute on the clock. Serato chimes in. 5 on 3. Looks like FURIA might be back on their feet here. It's not an ideal situation, but 9-6 is a lot better than 12-3. Cirque. Great shot. I didn't think he stood a chance there. He might have another one. 3 versus 3.
Again, what a luxury it is for NRG to have somebody like Cirque, and it's a real pleasure to watch. Again, he's been, I think, on the radar for people for a really long time, and I mean, he's just continuing on. He doesn't seem to be suffering from the spotlight at all. Maybe even the opposite. It's really enjoyable. Tarek finally getting that kill on Serato, but Art out here to take him down right afterwards. 25 seconds for this 2-on-2.
This is not looking good for NRG now. Cirque did everything he could to get them back in the round. He did enough, but Breezy, with 15 seconds, won't have much chance. It's going to be Able J to close things out. 9-6, like we said, they get the pistol. They're right back in this. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back after this quick break with the second half. We'll see you there.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got NRG and FURIA here, best of 3 on day 1 of ECS here in London, and I'm here with Henry, and we've got a second half coming up. Henry, that's a rough first half for FURIA.
Yeah, but they did kind of come to life towards the end, and like I mentioned, their T sides are actually pretty deadly these days. I've mentioned over the last few weeks we've been in a lot of tournaments with them. It's their CT sides that actually look a little bit shaky. Their T sides where they do their best work, so we'll see what they can make of this. Win the pistol, they're certainly onto something, and you can forget everything you know about Counter-Strike because they're going to show you something a little bit different. That's not a bad start. Cirque goes down. The PT-50 brought out here. A couple of them in the pistol round in the hands of Vinny and Arts, and it's Arts who kick things off. He's got the Superman buy with the drop PT-50 and purchasing his own Kevlar, so a bit of a walking tank right now. 5 versus 4, plenty of time. They have one smoke and a Molotov. Suggests they'll go back towards inner, but options are obviously open for them. They'll play it by ear and see how they feel. It'll still be Arts towards the end of Ivy, just trying to work out if there's any sort of reaction with the CTs, but they're keeping their cards close to their chest here. You can see got 2 towards inside, towards outer. It's going to be Tarek now challenging for a kill. If he goes down here, they're in trouble.
Yeah, they could definitely be, and he was trying to back on out of there, never got away. Daps is going to get 1 kill in return, even fighting, and, well, either way, he was going to run out of bullets. This is a huge problem here for NRG, who would probably love to be up to a great beginning in the second half. That way they could maybe close out the map fairly quickly. Breezy trying to see if he can get back. He's doing a tremendous job getting those 2 kills, actually way more than you would have imagined. He's still fighting. Able J will take him down, but I don't know how he got those 2 kills. That should be a lesson to FURIA right here at the beginning of the second half to really not over-challenge some of these positions. The bomb is planted in. Daps is on 12 health, and he's right in the middle of them. They're going to drop him, and that will be FURIA winning the pistol. Now it's a real open game.
Yep, it really is. FURIA, if they get the 3-0 here, they bring things back to 9-9, and like we said, their T-side's impressive. NRG are still in that rebuilding phase. Yeah, sure, they've been together now with Tarek, what, 4 months, maybe 3 months, something like that. You'd think they'd be ready by now, but still something not quite there. Still trying to find their former glory. But I think it's a matter of if. Oh, sorry, it'll be a matter of when, not if. So we'll see what they can do. Either way, this is going to be an interesting situation. Will they be buying up and forcing on the CT side? They certainly will. 3 CZs and double scouts again. Breezy to be challenged first. He nails the first shot. Tags Art as well. Oh, this could all fall apart. What a great start. That's enough as well to fall back and do that sort of damage. Couldn't have gone better for him.
No, that's a huge play. I was about to say, my real fear would have been Cirque with the scout here, but Breezy kind of beat him to it. So that might slow down FURIA a lot. They lost a player. One is very low on health, and they didn't really get that much out of it. Hard to know how they're going to be responding at this point. But when you get slowed down this much against scouts, like, that's not always the best move.
Yeah, sometimes you might want to pounce on them and try and get that trade, but they took so much damage there. I think it was just a little bit discombobulating almost. You're just taking a frag against you. Someone's gone down to 10 HP as well.
Yeah.
So a ton of damage there. It's pretty crazy to see it go down like that. You can see there is T presence towards the end of Ivy. Cirque, though, in position. He's got the scout, not the orb. As we'll see Able J make his way towards the end, and he's plucked off his head here. That's a beautiful shot from Cirque.
Yeah, he actually kind of crouched into that headshot, so unfortunate this time. 25 seconds, and that is trying to get close to that C-set 75. This is such a great position for Daps to be in, but he's actually going to be jumping a little bit early. I thought he would have just waited because I think he should have had some coverage there from the connector, so no one, I think, could have easily rushed up behind him. Anyway, still 10 seconds here, and they're at least going to get the bomb plant down, but it's a 2-on-3. Okay, Serrato actually, forcing him out. Is he ready to catch them? They're both right down there, and the jump around. Now Vinny, the one to try and defend this bomb, and actually FURIA, if they can bring this back, Vinny certainly would be the man to do it. He's got such a great start already in the first half. He's going to get the 1 kill. Actually jumping up at the high ground, almost gets it, and now around the corner. Tarek, he's low on health as well, and the bomb is ticking down below. No kit picked up. Tarek, he's going to make the jump and somehow gets the headshot with the MAC-10. That's an outrageous way to get that kill, and even without the kit, I think he's just going to have it.
Yeah, he's fine. Wow. It looked like there was enough there. With the 2 kills towards the end, Tarek, such low HP, he gets the jumping CZ shot. All FURIA had to do there was wait till he touched the bombs. Hide all the best you could. Obviously, a 1v1, there's a lot going on, a lot of moving pieces there. But overall, NRG will win the 4 spy. And look, well, looks to be the same response from FURIA here. They're going to bring out CZ, Steagles, and one MAC-10. I would say you need to do a set piece off this play, Alex. Why call you Alex? Anders.
I take that as a compliment.
Yeah, you know, I think it's because I'm working with him next week. I'm kind of just letting all the boys have a go.
You know,
the last couple of weeks.
Anders, you are a slut, aren't you?
Yeah, the esports slut. We are going to see that first kill from Daps. Remember, this is the force from FURIA, so this could be their unraveling. It looked like they were getting right back into this one, and with the pistol victory, you think so, but this is a big round for them. They've lost the first kill. Daps gets his 6th of the game. This is such a dirty spot from Cirque. They're sitting right on the edge there, looking towards Upper, trying to dodge the flashbang. You can see how that's beneficial, and here they come. It's going to be the second kill for Daps to the MP9. They're locked out. There's not really much FURIA can do with this one, I'm afraid. They've got one smoke remaining. They're just going to have to push through, hope for the best. All the kills going in favor of NRG as the bomb goes down. Serato, last man standing, and they're full eco in the next one. Needed a plan out of this. Really didn't get anything at all. One kill maybe on the cards for them. They take a nice 1D now. Not going to happen. Ethan to close things out. The clean sweep for NRG as they get closer and closer to finding victory here in the first map at the best of 3. And remember, we did say NRG had to win Train to stand a chance here to go to 3 maps. I'm not saying that's gospel. Just FURIA are very interesting and very strong right now on youth. I feel like they have an upper hand against most teams in that map.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree with that at the moment, especially considering what happened, you know, against Astralis. You'd think that, well, that's a bit of a statement in itself. You know, not many teams, obviously, only really 2 have done that in the last long time.
That's a very good point. Well, for now, like I said, the full eco coming through, and Arts, even with the opportunity there, can't really do much with it.
He had the Zeus. Did he try and Zeus him instead of shooting him?
I think that's exactly what happened. So, we're seeing all of the Zeus this game.
Yeah.
Train normally does bring it out a bit more than often. Oh, Ethan's going to go down. A bit awkward for him. Shouldn't be too detrimental. Yeah, it looks a bit scary right now, but still only have Glocks, and they don't have the bomb. So what's the play? Both heading towards upper. They're both low. A couple of bullets in a general direction. Looks like that from Cirque. That's fine. There's the round victory. Sure, wasn't the cleanest, but they keep 3 players up, and really going to be a difficult time now for FURIA, and they'll take another timeout. They've got 1 remaining, so certainly have been tested here. You're going to see plenty of Kriegs brought out. I'm almost certain of it. There's the first. They can't really do anything in terms of snipers. You don't want to really bring a scout out. Surprisingly, got 2 AKs here. I guess the money quite low. Want to save every last dollar they can, but that's where they'd like to head towards. Able J and Yuri still to purchase as the second of what I assume will be 3 Kriegs.
Yeah, they do like them, don't they?
Yeah,
he actually fired it as well.
It's just like, well, you got me now. Might as well get rid of it.
There was really no way, was there?
No.
Like, yeah, either he just wanted to get rid of it, or you know, it's just really optimistic beyond belief. I kind of that position that you mentioned, not in the previous round, but the one before that, where Cirque was on that like back train. I actually kind of want to see that in play.
I've not seen it look that deep before. I've seen like Sticker used to play that a lot on Hellraisers. That's where I first noticed it. But I've never seen it like that looking that good. Like it looks like he found a really interesting angle to hold it from. So definitely need some detectives on it. As Arts trying to pick up the pace. He's beating the smoke. So Breezy, as far as he's concerned, Ivy's covered. He smoked it. They're not going to be looking in that position for a good 20 seconds or so now. They think that force field is enough to hold them off. And this is looking so good for FURIA. Breezy checks it, but still he'll go down. There's that Krieg coming through. It's up to Daps now to get multiple frags towards the back tracks. He gets the first, nails the second, and they bring it right back in their favor. NRG gunning for that 13th round. And Cirque, he pretty much confirms things. What is this play? CT's just jumping through. That's going to be Ethan making his way towards T-Spawn. He's got away with it. Oh my goodness. They know about it, but still.
Yeah, what could they do? Abel just saying, okay, well, I guess we're not fighting then. He's just...
Bye.
He's just put on his little running shoes, hasn't he?
Oh, he's got the kill on the bomb as well. Abel J's is like, well, I might as well knife someone now, I guess. They love a knife. One of the most knife-friendly teams, I would say. FURIA. They got 3, I think, against Astralis on Nuke.
Maybe trying to pick up a sponsorship in this area.
It could be a thing.
Like, what are some really famous knives that everybody knows?
The machete, I think, got a big shout out in most films over in the 80s.
Yeah, so we got that.
That was always there, like in Predator and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, that was always a big thing. I'm not sure there's any prolific knives out there, to be honest. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not an expert.
Me neither, but that would be interesting. Like, you know, you sort of make it part. You may lose some games behind it, but you know you got the sponsorship, so you're fine. It's all right.
It's all we're here for: the money, the cash.
I feel like, yeah, back to the money again. I really feel like that was a very odd round. Like, they snuck through Ivy, but then they got shut down by Daps. So that was a great defense. He probably won them the round right there. But
the best round he's had so far. He had a very quiet first half. It looked like that was a perfect play from FURIA. They snuck by the smoke. They were undetected. They got the opening kill. And Daps is the one to shut them down. Really clean sequence from him. And then Ethan, remember, he went all the way to T-Spawn. They knew about it. He didn't even know he was detected, and still gets the all-important frag. Denies any sort of plan here. 13-7 has to be a partial buy. Able J will still have the Krieg. That's about as good as it gets for them. We'll have to see something a little bit special. It's Ethan looking precise as he gets that first kill and safely falls back as well. He's managed to stay alive, didn't take any damage for it. And at this point, they can just hold crossfires. This is a massive advantage. They haven't quite confirmed it's the eco, but those deagle shots should kick things back into touch. Breezy with an awkward exchange, but still didn't really take any damage for it. He gets the bomb, and it's absolutely fine. That should be round, because he can just watch that now from T-Spawn, Anders.
Yeah, I'd hate to be the person sent in first to make it out to bring up the bomb. Who are they doing it? Is it going to be Art? They said, you've got it.
You got to go first, bro.
Yeah.
Be brave. Get in there. Flashviz done nothing for you. The challenge, hope for the best. And they get a kill.
They just sent him right to his death, didn't they?
Yeah.
They're just like, it's about a 99% chance that you're just going to get shut down, but go for it.
Well, loss bonus and max now. We'll see if there's any chance for FURIA to have a bit of a late resurgence.
Do you have any sympathy, Henry, for Vinny in this case? That they're 14-7, but he's got 21 kills.
Well, at least he's playing very well. You know, it bodes well for their map pick. Like, you have to remember, in a best of 3, especially with this sort of matchup, but I'd say they're quite closely contested. It's not surprising that NRG will win their best map and FURIA will win theirs. Like, it's not the end of the world. So they've got one player that's looking red hot, so that's cool. As Vinny will try and bring this round back for them. They've lost the first pick again. It's Tarek that's going to find 2. Finally shut down by Art, and Vinny with the Krieg up close and personal, trying to make this round a reality. He might have done enough here. We said he was looking good. Could he get the hat trick in round 22? Maybe not. His teammates are dropping like flies at this point. The Krieg can't do it, and it's now a 1 versus 1. Ethan will find it. It's 15-7, and I would say a bit of a death sentence here for FURIA in the first map. Almost no chance of finding 8 rounds in a row on the T side.
Yeah, when you put it like that, Henry, it doesn't sound very very realistic, does it?
It really doesn't.
But yeah, Vinny's really fired up. I mean, it's exciting to see. It's just a shame that it sort of feels like half the time he's trying to make up for the fact that they're really far behind in a round, and they sort of have to do something. But yeah, good stuff. It looked like Ethan could have maybe even gone down there at that last exchange. So good on NRG to be picking up this first map here on Train. At least possibly, like, probably not going to be, as you said, 8 rounds in a row here for FURIA, and that grenade already doing a lot. They're ready. If there was going to be like a B rush here, they've already got 2 people here. The defense is actually looking quite good at the moment. Trying to get their way down. Cirque missing a chance there. Flashbang might have just been enough, but it's going to be still a pretty good exchange here as Art goes down.
Well, that's the bomb site open at least. It's a 3-on-3, but I give a slight edge to FURIA in this one. Problem is, there's no post-plan utility, and Tarek's already snuck by towards Brown Halls. His teammates will wait until he can make his move towards upper. If he gets the opening kill, he takes all that aggro away, and he's going to have a couple on his plate right now. Oh, this is brave from Tarek. He's displaying what you'd call trigger discipline, ladies and gentlemen. So he's not going to shoot the initial enemies. He wants to get as much information as he possibly can at first. He's spotted the player towards well, there's 2 of them, Tarek! I'm not sure if he spotted both, but there it is. A full defuse attempt coming in here, and it might be enough. Look, doesn't look like it. Able James got him. Oh, goodness gracious me. It comes down to less than half a second there. He didn't nail the first shot. And there we have it. FURIA pull one back, but just about.
Some of the bullets disappeared, didn't they?
Yeah. I thought, okay, I won't hype this up too much. It's going to be a clean kill. Don't worry about it. And then all of a sudden, it goes a little bit wrong for them.
Yeah, I think he tried to do that like underhand flash throw as well when he was defusing, and unfortunately they were up on the high ground, so if they'd been low ground, maybe that could have actually worked out. Anyway, 15-8. FURIA 1 step closer to overtime, which we just haven't had enough of today either. I feel like we need at least like 3
There's
or
always
4
room for a little bit more.
Yeah,
I feel like one more today will be satisfied, and then we can kind of get warmed up for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, you don't want to blow it all on day
Exactly.
one.
Yeah, you want to make sure you hold on to the good stuff until the weekend at least. I've always said that, and we'll see if this is going to be enough now. NRG still have a decent buy here, but you can see only 2 smokes remaining, a couple of flashbangs as the spam continues towards this Pop Dog Grim. You can see how the game's evolved. It seems like a lot of CTs want to be inside directly beneath. There's not a whole bunch you can do to really push them back unless it costs you a lot of utility. Coming into the minute mark here, Arts towards Olaf. It's about as exciting as it gets in terms of map presence for FURIA right now, but he has snuck through undetected. I feel like a kill towards Breezy, that's guaranteed. 1 bullet is all it's going to take. And that's the opening. That'll be the cue to commit, but the bomb's down in T-spawn. That's the only problem here.
Tarek getting that kill in return at least, and Cirque to pick up 1. NRG
Hello.
getting pretty close now. Oh, the timing for Ethan. If I was KSerrad, I'd be very angry at this moment. Still a 2-on-2 though, and the bomb is really... Oh, I don't know. The bomb is so far back. I'm kind of a little bit confused about why NRG are so hyped to fight right now. No bomb plan. They might just want to wait a little bit.
They've got 25 seconds, Anders. They can't wait too long. They could still lose this round pretty comfortably. Inside's not really an option for them. And they're coming towards outside. They're going to have all the sound cues in the world. Did they spot him? Ethan needs to play this clock a bit better. He could have been the snake in the grass, but he's actually given them a smoke to plant in, essentially, here. I feel like that was the wrong play after spotting them. I think that was a bit of panic, but still could pull this one off. We will see. He spots one. He gets both of them. And it will be damage to Vinny, but unable to close things out just yet. But there was certainly a chance from there. I spotted that bomb back in T-spawn about a minute before that. I think they only just realized when they had the advantage. But at least now they've got themselves in a position. They've broken the money down for an RG. $2,000 per player. Second state loss bonus. They'll only get $2,400 on top of that next round. So might not be closing out just yet. They might want to take a partial buy next and just wait for that loss bonus to rack up.
That would be exciting. If they could bring it back now into overtime, certainly that would be, I think that would steal a lot of confidence away from NRG. I don't know, I'm kind of shocked at that round. There were just so many things happening all at once, but NRG right at the end, unable to finish it off. And now back on pistols, so FURIA, if nothing else, as we said, Vinny's been playing great, but now FURIA actually, they're getting a chance for more of their players to get more warmed up, get more into the action a little bit. And that could be a problem. All the grenades here to clear it out, and they're going to realize by now it's just USPs on the other side. Generally, that means you're going to have a pretty good time. You see, just chewing them up here, no problems at all.
No, it's absolutely fine. They haven't given up a single kill. They do take some damage, but still, double digits for FURIA. Now, I don't think they're going to win this map, Anders. I don't think it'll go to overtime, but the fact they've made this competitive now, at least, like, it bodes well for their next map. They're getting warmed up, right? They're kind of getting back in the mindset of having to look competitive. Remember, they had to play Astralis to kick things off, the first best of one of the day, and with that triple overtime, that's, what, a good 6-7 hours since they got back on the server. So now just feeling it again and starting to look better. Remember, their T side is where they normally shine, and that's really evident right now. Once we've got past the pistol and all that, you can see the scouts out again. Like I said, partial buy for NRG makes sense. They could have bought with 4,500 per player, but they want to close this out. They do not want to be trying to steal rounds away. So partial buy, still have a small chance of winning it, but not investing absolutely everything. Down to around $2,500.
Well, close with the CC. That can definitely do a lot of damage. KSerrad, though, he was so ready for it. The Krieg, once again, doing a pretty good job for them.
I feel like a lot of teams are watching this right now, and they're trying to work out how FURIA is so good at this weapon. I think MBK was the one tweeted out last week saying he's like grinding 1,000 kills on deathmatch with the Krieg just to kind of learn it after what FURIA have done with it so far this year.
Yeah, it's sort of trailblazers in that sense. And
you know what? Like, they've made a name for themselves with that weapon. It's very difficult to play against. It's a very unique play style, and it can be frustrating, I think, to play against, is knowing that it's a little bit cheesy, I suppose, but there it is. The penultimate kill coming in. Just Breezy now with 100 HP and armor as well. If he saves that, it's not the end of the world, but it doesn't look like that's going to be possible. As he's been detected now, this kill, even if he gets it, doesn't really mean a whole lot. Oh, okay, well, I'll take it back. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, he's just styling on them, isn't he? Got the headshot first time around. It's going to run out eventually. Cheesy, Henry. It's like a description I haven't heard since the StarCraft days, you know? Remember that used to be a big insult in StarCraft?
Yeah, I used to, I guess, trying to think back to years gone by. I used to refer to JW as a cheesy player, right? Because you wouldn't necessarily be able to replicate what he does on the server. It's such a different, unique thing, like sword-off shotguns in drop-down room in Cobblestone, for example. Like, it's a cheesy play, but it works for him. So, sure, you can argue with it all you want, but he's finding kills with it every single time. It's frustrating his opponents. That's why it's cheesy. That's why it's cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I always felt that way in StarCraft anyway. I thought it was some of those cheese, like cannon rush, and those great.
Yeah.
I love it. We're going to see now, going into the next round, I mean, 4 left for the overtime?
We're almost there, you know.
We're almost there.
I didn't think it would ever be a conversation. I still don't think it is. But NRG, I guess not known to be closers. We'll see whether they can do anything their first time out, I believe.
It's already been 4 in a row for FURIA. And
it's okay. It's kind of scary right now.
Yeah.
I'm maybe going to change my verdict, because if they lose this one, okay, that's when I'm worried for NRG.
Yeah, because then they're going to run into at least some sort of continuous money troubles.
Right now, it's all under control. But FURIA are looking very sharp, I'll say that much. Molotovs, flashbangs, smokes, everything being thrown in. All but the kitchen sink. As it looks to be a double pump here. You can see them just dropping all that utility Anders and then waiting for the reaction, trying to pull a rotation from inside, which has happened. We've just got Daps there alone now. And this is what I call a double pump, because you do an execution and then going in for the final commitment towards inside by the looks of things. So much utility dropped in this round. That's going to be it, though. So that's everything they had. And where do they finish up here? Are they boosting at the brown halls right now?
Yeah, they are, but look at what it opened up in Ivy. So if
this is so confusing for the CTs.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially when Yuri, if he's going to get this kill down here, if he gets the right timing.
It's like a triple fake.
Yeah, it really is. The rare one is going to overextend. Breezy's right on the other side. Now they bring the bomb down. Pop Dog and waiting at the moment. This is so tense. Ethan walking right into it. They're going to be angry right now, NRG.
So they faked outside. They faked inner, ran back outside with an Ivy flank. Like, that's insane. And look how clean it is as well. Like, I was getting confused even casting it, but I can see everything. Imagine you're NRG getting all these calls like, yep, 4 smokes outside, Molotovs, flashes, kills coming in. And then you get the same call inside as well. You're like, okay, that's definitely the final play now. Nope, they've gone outside. I can't believe it. They went outside with no utility. This is the audacity of it. And they didn't lose a single kill. That's impressive.
It's like the first fake where they pretended to go A worked in the sense that they pulled everybody out of B. Then the second one pulled everyone back in B, and that actually allowed for Yuri to get out Ivy. Like, that's so elaborate.
Yeah, but like, you think about it, like the reason that just broke down, as soon as you've seen all that utility on both bomb sides, you would assume, okay, that's got to be the final commitment. There's nothing left.
It has to be.
You know there's nothing left, but still, they walk outside. It's so sick, and that's also... What's going on? How is he alive? No! I've never seen anything like it. This is the craziest game.
He jumped on his head, Henry. He actually
For new viewers of Counter-Strike, this doesn't really represent the game, really. This is a very odd one. Like, I've never seen a round like that, at least in the last couple of years, and I've not seen a finish with a knife kill actually working out, and he survived as well. What the hell?
He jumped on his head, and he knifed into the air, and somehow it connected with the player that was above him. So there we go.
Oh, this is not what I was expecting. I thought it'd be a pretty run-of-the-mill game, standard scenes. You know what to expect.
Yeah, we get to wake up late doing the late games here. So we do, sort of ready for a normal kind of day.
Yeah, just a nice, easy one to wind out the day. No, it looks like we better prepare ourselves, because there's another eco for NRG here, as we might go 15-13. I can't believe I'm saying that. It looked like NRG was so comfortable, but now they've lost 5 in a row. And remember, it's that T side of FURIA. I keep mentioning it the last few weeks, but it's impressive.
Yes.
Their elaborate and kind of innovative ideas are really making a mark on the CSGO tapestry right now. As we'll see an execution towards that side, but that's where the AWP is as well. Boosted up towards Connector. Vinny will give the call, and he might be able to get the first frag. He knows he's one on the bomb side, and he's going to find that kill. Cirque still alive towards Connector. I think he might just be trying to save the AWP at this point. Might want to consider it now. Tarek at Ivy. And Circle join him at the backtracks. 4 versus 2. There is a kit available, but one you probably don't want to go for. But I guess Cirque has got $4,500 right now. Might want to just back Tarek up in the backtrack, see what he can do. But it looks like the round is going in favor of FURIA, no problem.
Yeah, I think at this point, if you're NRG, you're hoping that they're going to be overzealous and make a mistake or something, and they're just not. They're actually playing Yeah, pretty regimented in the after plant, so that's good to see. They're going to lose the AWP, so you're right. He has the money to rebuy, that's fine, but... And actually, the rest can buy too. It's not the end of the world that they lost it. Still, 13-15. 2 rounds away from overtime are FURIA, and things are looking pretty interesting.
They really are.
I'm excited, Henry, because now that we've upped the level to the triple fake, I mean, who's gonna push it towards the quad? Who's gonna do the last? I don't know.
Is there enough utility to even bring that to the table? That's
well, no, probably both the last fakes would be without utility.
Yeah, you'd have to really run the clock down pretty low as well.
Yeah.
But maybe you can bring back Theorycraft. Like that could be the next step. The Anders quad fake.
Quad fake.
Yeah, that would be. I think that's the logical conclusion of this entire conversation. And that's the start of it for round 29. It's going to be NRG throwing a strong 8G towards the Ivy position. Art take a lot of damage. Ethan will be lucky he didn't suffer the same fate. Just takes a little bit from that initial Molotov. There's a lot more. Down to 59 now. Had to extinguish it. Still early on in the round, 120 on the clock. FURIA. Just 2 rounds for overtime. I can't believe it.
Look at how much control they've got in Ivy. This is such a soft hold for NRG, although that Molotov really did a lot on Art. That was good timing, and Ethan going to pick up the kill on Vinny. I think that's going to be almost like killing 2 people at this time. Vinny's got 28 kills, and he just went down.
Yes. Maybe
at the critical moment here in the game.
Well, they have 3 players towards Ivy. It's going to be K Serato making his way back towards Pot Dog by the looks of things, and Tarek's in a prime position, at least for 1 kill here. There's the first, and it looks like NRG are absolutely fine here. 4 versus 2. 40 seconds remaining. K Serato does not have the advantage here. This duel, Ethan will take him down, and Anders, I think we might be out of here.
Yeah, it was getting very uncomfortable for NRG for a minute. It looked like maybe they would have to have played overtime just because of the Brazilian side really grinding their way back in the game. But yeah, he has got the bomb, but in 20 seconds in a 1 versus 4, there's just really no way to make that possible. That is a good flick. 15 seconds now on the clock, and he's still moving closer. He's got the knife out, and he's going to go down. 16-13 for NRG here at the first map in a best of 3. That took a lot of effort at the end, didn't it?
A sigh of relief from NRG fans across the world, I have to say. Sure, they win the map, but I think that's a slightly hollow victory towards